I'm Pete Wolf, a retired senior meteorologist after a long career with the National Weather Service. In this short video, I'll briefly discuss an educational initiative focused on threat confirmation and its role in protecting life and property when official weather warnings are received, which is a critical focus of what you provide on the air. I'll discuss why I'd like to see this be a focus of Severe Weather Awareness Week in 2026. In addition, as one stricken by stage 4 cancer, I'll also discuss how I want this project to benefit a useful charitable foundation that will support efforts to fight this horrific disease. So official warnings are not designed to protect life and property, only to provide an initial alert of a potential hazard. The real life protecting step in the warning process is the next one, defined by social scientists as threat confirmation. This focuses on the where and the when, in which people seek information about the threat level and timing for their specific location, be it to look outside or look on TV for broadcast coverage. When a warning is issued, we don't want people to make immediate decisions based solely on the warning, be it to rush to protective shelter or to just ignore the warning due to the problem of false alarms. When you're on the air live during severe weather, your focus is on threat confirmation. You don't just display the warning polygons, you also show real-time radar imagery, downscale to the towns in the path of the hazards, right? So the problem is this: what can viewers do when you're not on the air or when they are unable to access your broadcast? What can they use for threat confirmation to support better decisions? Doppler radar can be a powerful resource for this. When someone receives an official weather warning, be it a phone alert, a crawl at the bottom of the TV screen, or even a social media post, something's missing: the where and the when regarding the hazard. Warnings cover hundreds of square miles and can last 30 to 60 minutes or longer. No information is given about if and when my specific location is in danger. Is it now? In 30 minutes? Perhaps not at all. Hard to make the right action decision without that information, right? Here's a great example that I frequently observe. We have a large tornado warning area shown in maroon, covering a portion of multiple counties. The warning tells everyone within the maroon polygon to take cover now. But we can do better than this using Doppler radar imagery. Here we see a storm producing a big tornado that is tracking northeast, as given by the white arrow, which shows a 15-minute motion. Now, we want people in the town of Rives, shown as point A on the image, directly in the path of the hazard, to take protective action now. We want people in the town of Haiti, point B, who are not yet in imminent danger, to monitor the hazard closely and be ready to act. The hazard is likely at least 30 minutes away and could weaken or change its direction of motion slightly, sparing Haiti. Meanwhile, people in Blytheville, point C, are not in danger at all, despite being in the warning area. We have 3 different results, all within the warning area, where everyone is told to take cover now. This is why threat confirmation, focused on the where and the when, is an important step. Can you see how radar imagery can help someone make better decisions and reduce the impact of false alarms, which are frequent with government warnings? You've likely seen cases with many overlapping warning polygons, such as in this example. Very confusing for the TV meteorologist to describe. It is the radar imagery overlaid that helps define when and where imminent danger exists. Teaching people how to use this imagery when accessing it online or through a smartphone app could be very beneficial. Note in this example that on the locations highlighted, A through F, only F is in imminent danger, as radar imagery shows. How would anyone know this without viewing radar imagery? Sometimes the hazards don't stay within the polygons, as these examples show. Compare the messaging one gets from real-time radar imagery to that from official warnings. It'll often be quite different. Again, radar imagery can help those inside and outside of the polygons know if and when their location is in imminent danger. People can access real-time radar imagery online for free through online sites or smartphone apps. Here's an example of a radar app from the Weather Channel that has been downloaded over 100 million times, mostly by people with very little training on interpreting radar imagery. Now, this skill does not require a meteorology degree. It's a skill just like learning how to cook or drive. It requires knowledge and practice. In a minute, I'll describe how someone can get both. Here you see a comparison between NOAA Weather Radio, which is often pushed during Severe Weather Awareness Week, along with other ways to receive warnings, and real-time radar imagery, which is generally not pushed. Weather radio is primarily a warning alert tool that provides general area weather information, while radar imagery is a threat confirmation tool that one can use to focus on threats to specific locations. Radar can also be a better tool for assessing advisory level hazards that may not be deadly but can be impactful. Could they benefit from amateur level training on imagery interpretation to make better radar-based decisions? Now, online you can find many sources of radar imagery interpretation information, with most being small subtopics of this, perhaps focused on a given hazard. More complete options come in the form of university courses, which can be a bit too technical for the general public and can be expensive. As an alternative, I designed a more complete online resource at an amateur level that is self-study, provided at minimal cost, and offers knowledge and practice, as learning requires both. The result is the Radar Interpretation of Storm Hazards course, based on my experience in radar imagery interpretation. Here's what the course webpage looks like. It's quite simple. One just views each of the videos from top to bottom. That's it. It's just 2 hours long, with 3 40 to 45 minute videos that you complete on your own time, with short breaks between each video. It's called a power course because it gives you the skill and thus the power to make better decisions when you receive a government weather warning that includes your area. The course aims to teach people a skill they can learn that supports better decisions when they receive government warnings, one that can help them reduce the impact of false alarms. Now, this type of training needs to describe not only how radar works, but also how it does not work, the issues associated with radar, which can be significant. It also needs to describe the different products available, and this is all offered in video number 1. It also needs to describe the key signatures to look for associated with each storm hazard, be it tornado, hail, damaging winds, flash flooding, and even winter storms, which is offered in the second video. Finally, after providing the required knowledge, it needs to provide some practice, right? The third video provides numerous case examples and exercises that support this. In addition, the third video ends with a short bonus section that describes some useful radar imagery sources online and on smartphone apps. If you have any staff in your department who are weak in radar training, you can have them complete the course at no cost to evaluate its value to your viewers. It can be useful to them as well as to the public, given your department's important role in threat confirmation. So would your weather department be interested in a Severe Weather Awareness Week focus that is more significant to protecting life and property during severe weather than just a focus on government warnings, and more related to the services you provide on the air? Severe Weather Awareness Week typically focuses on warning reception, having multiple ways to get warnings and such. This initiative focuses on threat confirmation, the key step in protecting life and property, focused on answering the where and the when regarding the threat, the very information you provide on the air. I need partners who believe in the threat confirmation step and the value of radar imagery interpretation for supporting better actionable decisions, and the need to protect people, especially when a TV meteorologist is not on the air or people cannot access your broadcast and thus need a threat confirmation alternative. This initiative includes a way of learning how to interpret radar image through a very simple online course. The fee is just $15. That includes a $1 payment fee. All proceeds for this course will fund a new charitable foundation that supports entities that fight cancer. So during Severe Weather Awareness Week in 2026, would you partner with me in this unique initiative, teaching your viewers about threat confirmation, about the service you provide, and how to achieve it when you might not be available or accessible? Please contact me using the email address shown here if you're interested in participating, or if you'd like to have your staff members complete the course at no cost to evaluate its value to viewers. It can be of value to any staff member who lacks substantial radar training. During Severe Weather Awareness Week in 2026, help your viewers gain the power to protect themselves and their families from severe weather and to reduce the impact of false alarms through the utilization of real-time radar imagery for effective threat confirmation. I hope you'll join me in my final educational mission while helping me build a beneficial charitable foundation to help those stricken by cancer. Thank you very much.